Today, we are diving into the invisible architecture of our daily lives. I'm talking about time, or more specifically, the vocabulary we use to navigate it.
Section 1. Anchoring to the present, establishing your position.
You know, every map needs a "you are here" dot, right? Well, on the map of time, that dot is the word now. Now means exactly at this moment. It is the absolute center point of our timeline. Take the example from the source text. Now I live in Cambridge. Basically, everything else we talk about is going to be structurally relative to this exact moment.
Now contrast that with then. Then points to another moment, which is usually in the past. It's how we build a narrative bridge from one event to the next. The text shares this perfect example of a past sequence leading up to the present. I was born in Edinburgh, then we moved to London. See how it naturally jumps from one point on your timeline to another?
And a go is how we measure backwards from our current anchor. Imagine right now it's 10 o'clock. We count backwards from this specific moment. 1 hour ago, it was 9 o'clock. 4 hours ago, it was 6 o'clock. Using a go always requires you to stand firmly in the now and literally look over your shoulder into the past. Section 2. Measuring time and duration, the journey between moments.
Okay, so the crucial point here is understanding the difference between a block of time and the boundaries of that block. Take the phrase, for 2 years. We use for when we want to highlight the total length, or the duration of the journey. It's really about the volume of time. Conversely, from 2014 to 2016 uses from and to place very specific boundary markers, a start point and an end point on our timeline. Both describe the exact same event, but they frame the linguistic mechanics completely differently.
Section 3. Navigating the calendar, moving forwards and backwards. This is where the English language becomes incredibly systematic. It basically operates like a simple matrix. You take your time period, a week, a month, a year, and you combine it with our directional words. This is your current position. Last is one step backwards, next is one step forwards. As the source text beautifully lays out, last month it was June, next month it will be August. You can swap in week or year, and the mathematical logic of the language stays exactly the same.
Section 4. The rhythms of frequency, how often things happen. Think about your own daily routines for a second. How often do you brush your teeth? How often do you go on vacation? To talk about those routines, we need a scale. We start right at the top with always, meaning 100% of the time. The book gives the classic example. It always snows in Russia in winter. Then we step down the ladder. Usually, often, sometimes, occasionally, rarely, all the way down to never, meaning 0% of the time. Like how the ancient Romans never went to America or Australia. This scale is your ultimate toolkit for describing the rhythm of your habits.
But what if you need to be mathematically exact? What if usually or sometimes just isn't specific enough? Well, for counting exact frequencies, we have a couple of special rules. For a single occurrence, we don't actually say one time. We use a totally unique, dedicated word, once. As in, I go swimming once a week.
And then there's the other major exception to the rule. Just like we don't say one time, we generally don't say 2 times. We say twice. I clean my teeth twice a day. Once you hit the number 3, the rules become totally regular again. 3 times, 4 times, 50 times. But 1 and 2 get their own special VIP words, once and twice.
Now, what's really fascinating here is the grammatical structure we use to connect the number to the time frame. Listen closely to that little letter A. We say 3 times a year or 4 times a month. That tiny little a acts as this essential bridge, linking your frequency number directly to your calendar block. It's a really small detail, sure, but getting it right instantly makes your speech sound incredibly natural and fluent.
Section 5. Short-term time expressions, close to the present.
These are those incredibly handy phrases we use for things hovering just right around our now anchor. Let's clear up a few subtle differences. At the moment means exactly right now. If Nora is in Paris at the moment, well, she's there today. But if I say I will be with you in a moment, that little preposition in pushes the action slightly into the future, just a very short time from now. Soon also looks into the near future, while recently looks back into the very near past, meaning not long ago. The prepositions literally change the direction you are looking.
We have covered a lot of ground today, from the absolute center point of now all the way to measuring decades into the past and future. So I want to leave you with a bit of a challenge. What will you do next week? I want you to immediately apply these new time coordinates. Think about your schedule, use words like next, soon, or frequency adverbs like twice a week, and actively construct your own timeline. Thank you so much for joining me on this explainer. Keep practicing those time words, and I'll see you next time.